This is a complete guide for completing the Terminus Island main story Easter egg in Black Ops 6 Zombies. This will guide you in everything from how to get the Pack-a-Punch all the way to strategies to defeat the final boss at the end of this mission. And did I forget to mention that you'll unlock a unique calling card and this operator right here for completing it. Let's get it. Before you can even begin the Easter egg, you first need to get access to the Pack-a-Punch machine. To do this, you'll find and turn on 3 different power generators that you have to protect for a period of time. When you complete the 3rd power generator in the main underground lab, you can then jump in the water, press a button, and the Pack-a-Punch machine will rise out from the water. You're done with step number 1. Now, let's get the 3 items we need for the new Beam Smasher Wonder Weapon. You'll need to find and activate 3 different laptops that will then help to solve a rather complex puzzle coming up. The first one is by the Quick Revive machine just outside on the balcony. Activate that. Second is by the Stamina Up machine. Activate that one. The 3rd laptop is close to the Sky Tower and just up from the rappel rope that goes to the Sky Tower here. Go to the Arsenal and the Underground Lab and purchase the Dead Wire Ammo mod for 500 salvage. Make your way over to where the Pack-a-Punch machine is and hit the button to raise the lift. Face away from the Pack-a-Punch machine, and as you're going up, you'll see 2 openings. The one on the right will have an electrical box. Aim in and shoot that with the Dead Wire Ammo mod. That will send electricity, follow that electricity straight to your right, shoot the next electrical panel to the right, and then all the way behind you, shoot the other one at the top. Run out here over into the room with the Juggernog machine. Above the generator, you're going to find the next electrical box. Shoot that, then run outside. Look on the opposite side of the wall, shoot the final electrical box. This will now open up and give you access to the lab. On your way into the lab on the left, you'll see a trapped zombie. Kill that zombie and it will drop the EMF FOB. Take that fob all the way to the Sky Tower where the giant machine is humming. In the back right, you'll find a table at the briefcase and a severed hand. Weird. Interact with that and this will give you the multi-phasic resonator. Bring that resonator back to the lab and interact with the computer at the front. You'll see that it'll go on top and 3 sticky notes will pop up. These are the same symbols that you had when you activated the computers. In order to solve this puzzle, it takes some math and some figuring out, a lot of adding, multiplying, etc. I can teach you how to do it. It's not hard once you learn it, but it does take a while to explain. So for now, I'm just going to say, just go pay the 5,000 points to Peck, get the 3 numbers, come back and put them in the computer. If you really want to know how to do the puzzle, let me know in the comments down below. If enough people do it, I'll just make a short side video that I can link up in the description to explain how to do it. After you get the 3 numbers from bribing Mr. Peck or actually solving the puzzle, put those into the computer and it will begin targeting a location. You'll need to advance 1 round for it to find the target location, but keep in mind if that round is one of the rounds where the flyers come in, that round won't count towards finding it. You have to do a normal zombie round. Come back and it will show you the island that you need to be on. Grab a boat and drive out to that eastern island where you will see a blue glowing orb. Interact with it and you will put the multi-phasic resonator on the bottom to absorb the energy. This will spawn a ton of zombies that you'll begin killing, but you'll see a zombie that has blue electricity around it. Lure that zombie into the orb and kill it. Do this a couple times and it will complete the process. If you accidentally kill a zombie before he reaches the orb, you can go over, pick up the orb and walk it back, but you won't be able to sprint while you do it. When you've completed it, it'll start an animation and you'll see the orb fly up. Make sure to pay attention. It'll zoom out in the distance and that direction is going to go to the next island. So pick up that resonator, hop in your boat, and follow that orb to the next island. When you get to the next island, it will be a green orb. Do the same exact process until it is completed. Note the direction that that orb flies to the next island. Pick up the resonator, take the boat to the following one. When you get to the 3rd island, it will be a purple orb. Do the same process until it's completed. You'll see a big animation, and then you will get the Infused Amp injector. Now you've collected all 3 items you need to craft the Beam Smasher Wonder Weapon, so head back to the lab. When you get to the lab, go to the very back, and you will see the Beam Smasher ready to go. Put the parts on, assemble it, and boom, you have the wonder weapon that you need to continue the Easter egg. With the beam smasher in hand, head to the nearest tentacle trap. There are 2 tentacle traps above ground and 1 tentacle trap that is between the caves and the underground lab. Pick one at random, activate it, look up, and shoot it with the beam. Just a little bit. It doesn't have to be long. If it goes into like a bleeding animation, it'll drop a hard drive. You're good to go. If it doesn't, jump to the next tentacle trap and do the same thing. It can be in any one of the 3. If this is completely random, pick up that hard drive and take it to Mr. Peck. He will direct you downstairs to the Biolab to interact with the tube. You're going to interact where the keypad is. This will jump into a quick cutscene, and to progress, you'll need another 3-digit code, although this one's much more simple. Follow the order that I give you. First, head to the room with the quick revive, look through the bars, and you'll see an analog clock. Pay attention to which number the hour hand is pointing to. Now, if you're one of those people that genuinely doesn't know how to read an analog clock, no worries. The hour hand is the shorter hand, and it's going to refer to the closest number that is less than. So if it's just a little bit past 4, that's a 4. If it's a little bit past 6, that's a 6. That's your first number, so write that down. Go downstairs to the right into the dining hall where there's the gobblegum machine and the arsenal right from the beginning of the map. And when you turn around, you'll see a board with a playing card towards the bottom. Look at that playing card. That will be your second number. To get the last number, you need to head across the courtyard through a couple buildings here, all the way through by the crafting table, and towards the end of the corner, if you turn left, you'll see a hasn't been injured in so long type of a sign, and a number below it. That is your third number. Write that down. Head all the way back to the underground lab, to the keypad, and put in that 3-digit number. This gives you the ability to unlock the tube and progress a pretty decent mini boss fight here. But to activate it, you have to turn these valves. If you're solo, you just press it once and you're done. But if you're in a duo, trio, or a quad, you all have to press one of the valves at the same time. You got to work in unison. It's not hard, just 3, 2, 1, boom. And that will start the boss fight. I do recommend getting Pack-a-Punch. It will make a big difference because this dude has a lot of health. When you defeat the boss, you'll get a cutscene. And immediately after the cutscene, don't go anywhere. Look for the gold shiny key card underwater. Grab that and then head to the communications room with all the computers, where you'll see one computer that does not look like the others. It's got kind of the old black and green MS-DOS looking writing. Interact with that. This may take a couple seconds, but we'll start a voice line. Get your boat or spawn another one and head out to the crashed cargo ship with your squad. You're not going to go on top of the cargo ship. You're actually going to take the boat forward and go underneath the cargo ship, where you will find a ladder going up. Climb the ladder into that room and you'll see a table with cylinders. If you're solo, there'll be 1, duos 2, trios 3, and quads still 3. Grab one of those cylinders, the room will lock. You'll have about 2 minutes of zombies flooding you. You've got to survive, and you'll be rewarded with a max ammo for surviving. Now grab all of those cylinders and remember that you cannot sprint while you're holding a cylinder. This is like the ether canister in Liberty Falls Easter egg, which if you haven't done that one, you can check out my full guide up here as well. You're gonna take those cylinders to different pipes that are broken. There are 3 total pipes that can be broken. If you're only running a solo or a duo, there'll only be 2 or 1 respectively. But if you're running 3 or 4, there will be 3 different pipes that are broken. And the locations are as follows. The first is very close on the South Island. Land on the westernmost beach. Right when you get on to the left, you'll see the pipe. If it's disconnected, reconnect it by holding interact. It'll put it back on. 1 is done. If there's already something on that pipe before you get there, you don't need to worry about that one. The next location is underneath the sea tower, kind of outside by the rocks. The last one is along the wall of the cave near the speed cola, which is pretty early on in the map when you're actually running into the underground lab area. Same thing, place the cylinder there. Remember, if you're running solo, you'll only need to repair 1 of these 3. Duos, you'll need to repair 2. Trios or quads, you'll need to repair all 3 with the cylinders. Now go back to Peck, interact with him, and he will give you a hacking device. So grab a boat and get ready, because this one can be kind of tricky. Before you do this next step, make sure you have 2 to 3 symbol monkeys ready to go. Because right when you finish this step in the water, it will take you to a time step that if you fail, your game's over. You got to start the Easter egg from scratch. You don't want to do that, and symbol monkeys will make a huge difference. Just trust me. Get some symbol monkeys first. You will now need to hack 3 different buoys in the water with satellites on top with the device that Mr. Peck gave you. The easiest way to do this is to have all your squad mates just train zombies and chill on the mainland while you go out on a boat. Take the boat quickly to the first one because the tentacle monster will be coming. I just stop the boat nearby, hop out in the water, hold interact. It'll do a quick hacking sequence with the computer, close it up, jump back in the boat, and take off. Interact with that, and this will start the next process. But pause there for a second. If you are solo, this whole step is very easy because the tentacle will just leave you alone and not chase you. If you have multiple people and the tentacle's nearby, it's very easy to get caught up and die, lose all your perks, all your progress at a very, very inconvenient time. If when you get in the boat, the tentacle is already right by you, go back to land, run to the complete opposite side of the island, spawn another boat, start at that point, and get those 3. You can do them in any order, but it is timed and you have to be quick on it. Hacking the 3rd buoy will initiate a long interaction sequence that will then lead to a do or die timer of defusing 3 bombs, or you die and your round and all your hard work for Easter egg progress is over. Don't wait for the dialogue. Take your boat back through the cave all the way into the underground lab and head to the north side of the underground lab. That's the side that the melee macchiato machine is on. Now, there will be 3 different bombs that you have to defuse, but they take probably 10 to 15 seconds each to defuse. And while you're defusing them, guess what? You can't shoot, you can't do anything. This is where the symbol monkeys come in. The first bomb will be on the floor just above the melee macchiato. Throw a symbol monkey and defuse the bomb. If you have other teammates, they can help protect you while I do this. The next one will be down the way to the left. It'll be on the same wall, but just keep going down the left until you see the next bomb. Drop another symbol monkey, defuse it. The last one will be to the right. Go past the melee macchiato all the way down to the right and keep looking on that same wall. When you find it, have your buddy drop a symbol monkey. You have now done everything that you need to go and fight the final boss. But trust me when I say the final boss is very hard, especially if you're comparing it to the boss fight in Liberty. That one felt like beginner mode compared to this one. Make sure to get to Pack-a-Punch 3, get all your perks. I recommend a chopper gunner, self-revives, the works, because you'll need it against this boss. When the boss fight begins, this is where the ASG-89 shotgun actually comes in really clutch. Even though you're at a distance, you will do a ton of damage to its critical hit spots. When the boss lifts up its gigantic tentacles, you'll notice these yellow things on it that shoot beams at you. Take those out first because it'll do damage to him and it will stop him from shooting those beams at you. Also, look out for the way that he smashes in different patterns. If you get hit with one of those smashes, it'll stun you and do a massive amount of damage, potentially knocking you and taking out most of your perks. But the spot you want to focus on most in phase 1 are the red orbs on the shoulder. Just keep shooting those and you'll see that health bar drain. The best spots to sit from are actually on the very, very sides. You're gonna have these little containers that block you from most of the attacks of the boss. Now, once you do enough damage, he will jump into phase 2. Phase 2 is very similar, except that its weak point is now its mouth. So just keep focusing that damage on his mouth and avoid his tentacles and the other attacks. The last phase, the tentacles will be going crazy. You'll want to shoot it in its glowing eyes, as that's when it does the most damage. If you see it start to do a charge attack, make sure to take cover because that will insta-down you. Don't get too distracted by the zombies and just keep all that damage flying at the boss's critical spots and you will eventually beat this boss. Like and comment down below what was the hardest part for you about this Easter egg. Subscribe for more great Black Ops 6 Zombies content. And as always, enjoy gaming.